Welcome to Turquoise Trail Charter School. My name is Chris Eide. I'm the head administrator here, and I'm excited to introduce you tonight to what makes Turquoise Trail such an incredibly special place. Our school is the oldest charter school in all of New Mexico, and it's among the very largest, but the school itself is an incredibly tight-knit community and has been since its inception. Our school ranks among the very top academically, and we serve English language learners among the very, very, very best in the state. But it's the people here that truly make this place special, and who I'm excited to introduce you to tonight. So as we come on inside to the school, you'll get to meet some of our principals, you'll get to meet some of the parents, and you might even get to meet some of the students here at Turquoise Trail. I'm excited to have you join us. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with us. Let's go inside the building. When you enter the front doors of the school, you find yourself in this big, beautiful lobby, which is part of an addition that was done not too very long ago. When you come in, you sign in here, and the first piece that you see of the academics of our school is our school library. I'll take you inside there in just a minute, but this is the space where people come to gather and where the kids will come in the mornings when they come to check into school. Let's go to the library. This is my favorite part of the school library. It's a little amphitheater that we use for singing, that we use for small plays, or sometimes just as a reading nook. If you stand right there in the middle, the sound creates this perfect cone and you can hear yourself echoing in 360 degrees. I love to come to this spot in the school just because reading is so important to us here, and for kids to have a comfortable place to read where they might also get together, it's pretty special. So that's it for me for now. This is just the beginning of what it means to enter the Turquoise Trail community. I hope that you enjoy your time with us tonight. We really look forward to the chance to get to meet you and your family as well. Very shortly, you'll get to meet Mrs. Berg, our elementary school principal, Mr. Phillips, our middle school principal. They'll take you on the next part of the journey, but I look forward to speaking with you at the end of this open house in person. Thanks again for taking the time.
My name is Danielle Garcia, and I have two boys that attend Turquoise Trail Charter School, both in the middle school. Enrique is an 8th grader and Derek is a 7th grader. I originally came to Turquoise Trail because of Ray Griffin. He says, I have an opportunity for your kids to go to this amazing school and you to work at this fantastic place. It's going to be great. You're going to help me build this school. So because I've known Ray for years, I was like, sure, why not? Let's give this a try. But Ray was not wrong. We really came into a really special place, a community that really embraced us, because so many places you go, especially, if you're an outsider, which means just not from that particular community. And we were commuting, from north in Espanola. We were embraced completely. Everybody was so helpful. They were really giving to my children of their time, of their attention, and just including us. So I met Francesca in the PTO and lots of people that really said this is the place where you feel comfortable with your kids coming and you feel like they're cared about. It's not just we're giving them an education and pushing them through the cogs of a system. They were there to give them an education in everything, but care about them as they're going forward. My oldest son has autism, and to be able to come into a community that cared and wanted to make sure that he had the educational experience that would push him forward on a fantastic pathway instead of holding him back or making a cookie cutter program that was maybe easier for the staff wasn't even an option. They made a program that was the best for Enrique to succeed. And I think that is really what a lot of parents, look for in a school is, where is somebody going to look at my child? It always hasn't been popular because now Turquoise Trail is taking the initiative of really individualizing instruction, but sometimes that means that your kid is maybe not where they need to be. And we're willing to go that extra mile to make them get there. But sometimes that means retention or means that taking these intervention classes. So it's not a popular decision that Turquoise Trail is going with, but it is the best decision for children. And I think that is really what draws me to Turquoise Trail, to work there and to have my kids to be part of that community, is that it's completely student and children centered.
Welcome to Turquoise Trail Charter Elementary School Early Education Wing. This is our A wing, and we're going to tour a kindergarten and a pre-K room. Right now I'm wearing a mask. Everyone who comes to school must wear a mask. We're following all the guidelines and more that the governor has set down for us. But once I go into the rooms, I'm going to take my mask off, and my videographer will no longer be in the room with me. So we'll be able to listen, you'll be able to hear me, and I can show you, and when we're finished in that room, she'll come back and help me out again. So come on in.
Well, here we are in our kindergarten room. At Turquoise Trail, we have 4 kindergartens. They have smaller class sizes, and we have lots of fun in here. As you can see, it's bright, colorful, and we cover all kinds of things like the alphabet, our sight words, our calendar that we have every morning for the morning meeting, and lots of good social skills in our classroom. We cover all the kindergarten standards, and we would love to have your child join us. For the lower grades, we have a long wait list. But that doesn't mean it's impossible to get in here. It just means you need to sign up right away to get into the lottery, and we'll be glad to welcome you. We have 4 teachers who are excellently trained to be our kindergarten early education teachers. And let's take a look at the pre-K room right across the way.
Porque escuché que era una muy buena escuela y fui a investigar cómo podía poner a mis hijos y vi que sí, es muy buena escuela y los maestros son excelentes maestros. Bueno, yo amo los niños, es muy bonito trabajar con niños. Y las clases, las maestras son muy amorosas también con los niños, los tratan muy bien y damos la ayuda a los niños de todo lo que ellos necesitan. De ser padre ahí en la escuela, de que si yo tengo un problema o alguna pregunta, yo voy con contigo, Chris, con el director o con una de las maestras y siempre tengo respuestas. Siempre me dan una respuesta de lo que me inquieta. Pues que vengan a ponerlas a sus hijos aquí a la escuela. Es muy buena escuela, tiene muy buenos grados, muy buenos maestros, muy buenos directores y estamos aquí para ayudarles.
Bueno.
Here we are in our pre-K program. We have 2 pre-Ks. Again, if you want to come, please sign up with the lottery. We have a wait list, but we do have children coming in all the time. So I am in the pre-K where we have child-sized furniture. We have a terrific library of all kinds of fun things. This is a board book in Grandma's arms. There's lots of reading and play here. We know that children learn best through play, and that's how the program is organized. We also follow the standards of Focus, which is part of the New Mexico pre-K program. Notice everything in our pre-K room and our kindergarten rooms are child-sized and child-friendly. We are a child-centered elementary school. We're excited here to have all of the standards and expectations for a regular pre-K program. We have 2 full-time teachers who each have 1 EA, so educational assistant. So 2 teachers, 2 EAs. In our kindergarten program, we have 4 teachers and 4 EAs. We have plenty of support for our students and for our parents. Now that we have visited our kindergarten and our pre-K rooms, come with me out to the playground. The playground is state-of-the-art, lots of fun. The kids love that. They are taken out to the playground during break time, where they learn their social skills, physical movement, negotiations with each other, and love for outdoors. Follow me.
My name is Melissa Martinez. I am a kindergarten teacher here at Turquoise Trail, and I'm also a parent. I have two children. I have a son who is in second grade, and I have a daughter who is in kindergarten. She's not in my class, but she is here at school. And I actually myself came to Turquoise Trail as a kindergartner. I was one of the first students or first class to ever come to Turquoise Trail when it opened way back when. And it was the school in the middle of nowhere. And everybody said, okay. And it has continued to prove its place in our community. And let's see, what brought me back to Turquoise Trail? So I went to UNM and I taught in Albuquerque for a little while at preschools and elementary schools. And when it was time for my family to raise my family, we decided to return to Santa Fe. And I think that it's natural to return to what's familiar. And thankfully, Turquoise Trail has maintained its familiarity in the sense that the community that it serves and the community that serves it is tight-knit and holds true to the values that I wanted to have, not just for myself as an educator, but also those that I wanted my children to have in their education.
Here at Turquoise Trail, we have 4 specials, and I'm in the room of one of the specials, art. We also have music, PE, and library. This is a terrific way to learn how to appreciate all the kinds of things that our students could possibly do. They can do exploratory work, and here's an example of all student work for our art special with Ms. Lana. One of our students created that. This is how much they love working with her. Isn't this terrific?
Hello, my name is Francesca Margaritondo. I am Executive Administrative Assistant at Turquoise Trail. I am the mother of 3 children. I first heard of Turquoise Trail when my oldest, 10 years ago, was getting into pre-K, and we were looking for a good one. I was part of a mommy group at the time, and it was highly recommended, best place to go. So I looked into it and I got in touch with Beth Murray, who was the pre-K teacher at the time. She said, come on in, take a look. She showed us around in between classes for a few moments, and we loved it. It was warm, it was welcoming. We loved Beth, of course, and it was a great experience. And of course, as my kids got older and more children came in, once my youngest came in, Dr. Griffin became the principal and then eventually the head administrator, and he asked me to start working for him as an assistant. And my hours became longer, and I started doing more and more jobs here at the school, and now I'm full-time and I'm Chris Idy's assistant. My children have thrived here. I love how Turquoise Trail pushes children to be the best they themselves can be. They set their own goals. They participate in middle school. They participate in their own parent-teacher conferences and their own growth and are invested in their own education. I also love that this is a community. It's a family. Everybody loves each other. The teachers and staff are here for the children first and foremost. And they know that for the children to succeed, the families must be supported as well and must succeed as well. And it's a very caring environment. We love it. My oldest was also part of the new middle school, and she did beautifully. She did things that I never thought any child, including like I couldn't do those things when I was 12, 13 years old. She was speaking at press conferences to help the school grow. She talked to the PE, I think it was the PED or PEC, about please don't close us down and please allow us to continue growing and helping the community. One of the biggest things that I really love about the school is this mixed community. There are no, it's a mixture, it's Santa Fe. There's no specific groups, there's no specific types. Everybody's welcome and everybody's here because they want their children to have the best education and the best environment. So that's generally what I tell friends. The gifted program has always been strong. There's so many extra things. My middle child loves the chorus. My oldest loved the drama club, not the, and my youngest, he's starting to hint at maybe getting into robotics, which some of our teachers would be able to assist him with. And the Future Cities program, I'm really hoping that he jumps into that as well.
All right, now we're back in our building, coming from the playground into our beautiful library. This is one of the newest buildings that we have here at Turquoise Trail, and we are so proud of the many, many books we have, but we can also use it as an extra classroom at this time. So here's a good example of child-centered, student-made map of the United States of America. As you notice, we have our lettering and our art from our students. It's great, and they had such a good time making it and planning it. Here's New Mexico, one of my favorite states. And when you come here, you're able to participate in all kinds of programs after school and in school. We also have our specials, which I'll be taking you to in just a minute.
Natasha Juarez.
Yeah, and you work at Turquoise Trail, correct?
Yes, I do.
As a
I work in I'm a pre-K EA.
in pre-K, and you have children at Turquoise Trail, correct?
Yes, I
And
do.
what are-
I have she's in 6th grade this year and a 3rd grader. And then I also had my son who is 18 that went to school there also.
Nice. He went all the way through 6th grade at the time?
All the way through 6th grade at the time, yes.
Excellent. And how did you hear about Turquoise Trail when you were first looking?
Actually, my mom, Sonia Jacobs, was a 2nd grade teacher there when I started working.
Yeah. And would you recommend Turquoise Trail to friends? And if you would, what would you say?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I do recommend it a lot because the teachers they're very nice, and they know what they're doing. They're very well educated and have community. The community at Turquoise Trail, they have the families are just like they bring it into their own family.
Excellent. Okay. And did you brought your kids in first and then you started working at Turquoise Trail, correct?
Actually, no, I started working before my kids came in. My son was 6 months old and I started working in the after school program. So I would come to work like around right after school, so around 3 o'clock. And my son would stay with my mom in her classroom until I was finished working for a couple hours.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And then now you ended up actually working with your mom more directly, right?
Yes. So now Miss Sonia is the pre-K teacher and I'm her EA. We've been working together for about, I think this is our 4th year together. And so yeah, we work really well together in the classroom.
Yeah, that is true. Excellent. Is there anything else you want to say in particular or that comes to mind?
No, just that Turquoise Trail is really big on the arts, and we really do think that art is part of education, and that it's really like a family community at Turquoise Trail.
Now we're in one of our 3rd grade classrooms. We have multiple classes in all of our grades. For third grade, we have 3 classes, and I wanted to share with you the technology that we use. We use many kinds of online programs. We use many kinds of laptops, iPads, and such. But in this room today, in all of our rooms, we have a smartboard, we have a DocuCam, or an Elmo, as some of you might know. We use our iPhones for all kinds of filming, and we want the students to learn how to use these as well. We also have social emotional learning embedded in our lessons, as well as some programs where we have special guest speakers. This is a good example of something we want our students to remember. In a world where you can be anything Be kind.
All right, I'm Debbie Hart, and I'm the library teacher at Turquoise Trail, and I also teach a middle school elective. I have 4 kids, and my oldest is a senior in high school this year, and I know it's crazy. And she started at Turquoise Trail in pre-K, the first year that they offered pre-K at Turquoise Trail, and then all of my kids have gone to Turquoise Trail. My second is he's in 9th grade this year, and was part of the first class of the middle school group. And then I have a 7th grader, a 7th grade daughter, and a 2nd grade son. And so I've got the whole spectrum there. So this year we're experiencing elementary school online and middle school online through Turquoise Trail. And let's see here. So how did we hear about Turquoise Trail? My husband, when we moved to Santa Fe in 2005, my husband would ride his bike down Highway 14, and he saw the school and was kind of wondering, just wondering about it. We didn't know very much about it. So we looked it up, and we realized when we were purchasing a home in the new neighborhood, back then it was a new neighborhood, we thought, well, if we're going to be purchasing a home right here, maybe we should check out the school down the road. So we did, and that was before the lottery. So we signed Robin up to be in the pre-K class, and that's how we got started. That year that she was in pre-K, I was just a parent and volunteered a lot. I had Miles was born at that time, so I'd bring him with me and volunteer all the time. And we went on so many field trips with Miss Beth. That was crazy. She took 4-year-olds to the state fair. It was insane, but also lovely. And so let's see, I was pregnant with Molly the year that Robin was in kindergarten. And after I had her, my in-laws were living with us, and I thought, well, if you're living with us, you want to take care of my kids, and I'm going to go see about getting a job. So I became a substitute at Turquoise Trail spring of 2007, in the spring of 2007, I think. Yeah. And so I was a substitute for that second half of the year. And then the 6th grade teachers were leaving the school that year. And so I applied to become a 6th grade teacher and got the job. And so then I've taught 6th grade. Then I went back to just being a parent for a few years, and I helped out with the PTO. And then I came back to the school as the half-time, working in the library with the former librarian. And then I taught 3rd grade for 4 years, and now I'm back in the library again. I love the school. I love the families. I love the people. The kids are the best. The paperwork of teaching and stuff, I can leave that for sure. But the kids are the reason why I would always come back. If I had friends looking for a new school or asking about Turquoise Trail, which I have had in the past, and I've told them that the teachers really make it special. It's full of educators who love what they're doing and love the kids and are dedicated to the community of Turquoise Trail. And so I think that has always been the selling point that I've pointed out to parents.
We're doing all kinds of cool stuff. Adobe Suites, Photoshop, computer programming.
And we went to the movie studios and took a tour, and now we're doing a movie pitch challenge.
Go Coyotes! Thanks for coming! See you soon!
Hello there, potential students and families. My name is Harry Phillips, the principal at Turquoise Trail Charter Middle School. Very excited that you are expressing interest in our school. As you know, that we are one of the highest performing middle schools in the state. We accomplish this by keeping our expectations high for student learners, being well connected and proud of our communication with families, and always taking advantage of building relationships with members of our community, putting their social emotional well-being as a priority just as much as their academics. We try to make sure that in doing so, students are well prepared for high school, career readiness, college, and are established as lifelong learners. It is important to us as educators that your student is understood as a whole child, someone who has needs, talents, strengths, all as a foundation of building blocks that can be further developed. We want students to develop strong communication and self-advocacy skills. We want them to be a team player who helps direct their own education and sets goals for themselves, as I'm sure you as parents also want for your child. We are very proud of our long history here as an elementary school and are happy to continually grow as a middle school. We continually refine our school model to meet the needs of our community, especially now, during these challenging times during the pandemic. As many of you understand, our school model is not stagnant. We will constantly redesign it, rethink it, redevelop it in order to meet the needs of our students and the community at large. Families weigh in and have strong input in the decision making at our school. And even though we do like to extend that olive branch to our families, we still keep our expectations really high. Rigorous academics is the key to our success. Students are challenged. They're challenged by learning in new and different ways and learning that learning doesn't occur in a vacuum, and it also doesn't occur on a single path. There are multiple ways to get home. Our students become out-of-the-box thinkers. They are strengthened in their resolve to be, further developed when they make a mistake and not afraid of making those mistakes. Our students and our communities of educational leaders ensure that everyone here at Turquoise Trail is safe and protected. Everyone's point of view and everyone's voice is considered and respected. And we pride ourselves on the ideology that every student can be successful with the right amount of support. That includes what's provided here in my office, to what happens in the classroom, whether virtual or in person, to what happens at home. We strengthen our community by staying together. And as many students and families have said, no school communicates better than Turquoise Trail Middle School. We are very proud to have you as part of our school community as we continue to grow. I hope that you and your family are safe during these very challenging times, and if there's anything we can do to provide further support or information, please feel free to reach out to me, hphillips@ttschool.org. I look forward to meeting with you in the future. Have a great day.
Is like Turquoise Trail goes above and beyond to help our students be the best version of themselves, and I think we really promote inclusion. We're a diverse school, and I really feel like we meet the educational needs of the students individually. Like, you guys make sure they have their IEPs. New students come in, or students that are just something's off, I know Tony's connected with them, and it helps evaluate them, get them the services they need. And I think that's really important. It's crucial to the child's success because they need to, be supported and feel excited about learning, and that whatever issue they're having, whether they're an English learner or have a disability, that they have that support, and everyone's, working to help them improve and be the best version of themselves. So I think that's really important for me. And that's why I tell every parent, I'm like, they're great. Just put your kid there. It'll work out, I promise. So yeah, I love you guys. You're amazing. It's great to be part of a wonderful team. It's, out there making a difference. And I can't stress enough that it's not just my student, it's all the students. Everyone's there for all the students, not theirs. And that's really cool. You guys rock.
Oh, still with us? Wonderful to have you. This is, typical classroom, like any other school, any other public school in Santa Fe could offer. But here at Turquoise Trail, this is where the magic happens. This is where relationships and teams are built. Students become excited in their learning, and students are involved in the democratic principles of the learning process. They write the rules, like their own constitution. In a lot of ways, students help to establish that, yes, we want to work hard. But also, we can't do that unless we have a put-down-free environment. All opinions are respected, and all students are nurtured and cherished and given the best start that they can. Equity is one of our defining principles. We love to take turns, yes, but sometimes developing compromise, listening with both eyes and both ears is a really important life skill that helps students learn to appreciate not just their own ideas, but all the ideas that are around them. In a lot of ways, we want to learn from our mistakes and be ready to grow, but we can't do that without being honest in our learning. This is hard. This is challenging, right? And so when we are faced with new creative activities, project-based learning, STEM activities, and challenged to compete on a statewide level in ideas like, going to visit the legislators, writing memorials to be considered, to be turned into law, developing competitions, whether it's an electric car challenge or designing future cities. It all starts here in the classroom. These are our Think laboratories, and we really work to perfect them at Turquoise Trail. We appreciate all of your interest, and remember, one of the best things to do, just ask for help when it's needed. So if you need any help signing up for Turquoise Trail Charter School,
Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight. We're looking forward to getting the chance to get to know you a little bit better, and we'll do so in the Zoom room in just a minute. We'll see you there.
Check one.